Yes, welcome back to my third session on the chapter of arithmetic progression. We have so far discussed four formulas. The first one, an is equal to a plus of n minus 1 into d. Second, ap is equal to aq plus p minus q into d. Third formula, d is equal to an minus a upon n minus 1. And the fourth formula, d is equal to ap minus aq upon p minus q. Let us start straight away with the first sum. The angles of a triangle are in arithmetic progression. If the smallest angle is 50 degrees, find the other two angles. What's given to you in the sum? That the angles of a triangle are in arithmetic progression. So let me start the sum. In triangle ABC, let us assume angle A, which is the smallest angle, to be equal to A, which you know is 50 degrees. The second angle, angle B, which is equal to A plus D, which is 50 plus D. And angle C, which is A plus 2D, which is equal to 50 plus 2D. We know that in a triangle there are three angles. So I assume the first angle to be A plus D, A plus 2D. This is a typical arithmetic progression. If you are given, instead of a triangle, a quadrilateral, you would have first angle A, second A plus D, third A plus 2D, fourth angle would have been A plus 3D. Now, as far as a triangle is concerned, we know that angle A plus angle B plus angle C together is equal to 180 degrees. We know that angle A plus angle B plus angle C together is 180. So what is angle A? 50 degrees. What is angle B? 50 plus D. What is angle C? 50 plus 2D. So I know that the total of all these three is 180. Let me add 50 plus 50 plus 50 is 150. 1D plus 2D plus 3D is equal to 180. So what is 3D? 180 minus 150. 180 minus 150 is 30 degrees. So I have come to the conclusion that D is 10 degrees. I knew the value of the angle A is 50. I asked you find out the other two angles. So let's find out what is angle B and what is angle C. So therefore angle B is 50 plus D. 50 plus D is 50 plus 10, which is 60 degrees, and angle C is 50 plus 2D. What is 50 plus 2D? 50 plus 2 into 10. That is 50 plus 20, 70 degrees. So I have come to the solution that the other two angles are 60 and 70. Let me check. The sum total of the three angles, 50 plus 60 plus 70, which you know is equal to 180 degrees. We go to the next sum. Question number 2. The fourth and the ninth term, the fourth and the ninth term of an arithmetic progression are 13 and 33 respectively. Find the arithmetic progression. What is given to you in the sum? The fourth and the ninth term of an arithmetic progression are 13 and 33 respectively. You are asked to find the arithmetic progression. First step, I know that A4 is 13 and A9 is 33. I am using the first formula. What is An equal to? A plus of n minus 1 into D. What is A4? A4 is equal to A plus of 4 minus 1 into D. So I get A plus 3D is equal to 13. The second equation, A9, A plus of 9 minus 1 into D is equal to 33. So you get A plus 8D is equal to 33. I have got two simple simultaneous equations. Let me solve equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 says that A plus 3D is 13 and equation 2 states that A plus 8D is 33. I have to eliminate one term. Now to eliminate one term, I should either add or subtract the two equations. If I add, no term will be eliminated because 1a plus 1a will be 2a and 3d plus 8d becomes 11d. If I subtract, I have to change the sign. Remember, whenever you have to subtract, always we change the sign. So here what happens? Plus a and minus a gets cancelled. Minus 5d and plus 3d makes it minus 5d is equal to minus 20. Minus 33 and plus 13 is minus 20. So what is the value of d then? D is therefore going to be equal to minus 20 upon minus 5. 5 ones are 5 fours are. So D minus upon minus is plus. I have got the value of D. The value of D is 4. Once you know the value of D, let's substitute the value of D in equation 1. In equation number 1, I knew that A plus 3D is equal to 13. So A plus 3 into 4 is equal to 13. So you get A plus 12 is equal to 13. So A is therefore equal to 13 minus 12. What is 13 minus 12? 1. So now I have got the first term, I have got the common difference. I am asked to find out the arithmetic progression. So what's the arithmetic progression going to be? The first term you know is A, second term is A plus D, third term you know is A plus 2D and so on. So your answer is 1 plus 4, 1 plus 2 times 4. So you get 1, 5, 2 4s are 8 plus 1, 9 and so on. So last statement, therefore the arithmetic progression is 1, 5, 9, etc. We go to the next sum. The third sum for today. The sum of the fourth. Third sum for today. The sum of the fourth and the eighth term. The sum of the fourth and the eighth term of an arithmetic progression is 38. What is going to be? The sum of the fourth and the eighth term of an arithmetic progression is 38, and the sum of the fourth and the sum of the seventh and the 12th term is 59. Find the 41st term. A similar sum like the previous, but here I have given you the sum of the fourth and the eighth term is 38, and the sum of the seventh and the 12th term is 59. So how do I go about with the sum? In my first statement, solution, I know that the sum of the fourth term and the eighth term is 38. So A4 is A plus of 4 minus 1 into D. Let me write it directly as A plus 3D. A8 is A plus of 8 minus 1 into D. Let me write it directly as A plus 7D is equal to 38. So you get 1A plus 1A, 2A, 3D plus 7D, 10D is equal to 38. That's equation number 1. We go to the second equation, the 7th and the 12th term. The sum of the 7th and the 12th term is 59. 7th term is A plus 6D. 12th term is A plus 11D is equal to 59. 1A plus 1A, 2A, 6D plus 11D, 17D is equal to 59. Now let me solve equation number 1 and 2 like how I have done in my previous sum. First equation, 2A plus 10D is equal to 38. Second equation, 2A plus 17D is equal to 59. What shall I do? Once again, let me subtract equation 2 from equation 1. When we subtract, I have to change the sign. So plus 2a and minus 2a once again is eliminated. Minus 17 and plus 10 is minus 7d. Minus 59 and plus 38, sign of the greater number is 21. So I get minus 7d is equal to minus 21. This indicates that d is equal to minus 21 upon minus 7. 7 1s are, 7 3s are. So d minus upon minus is plus. I have got the value of d. Now once you know the value of d, it's very simple to find the value of a. Substitute the value of d in equation 1. Equation 1 is 2a plus 10d is equal to 38. So 2a plus 10 into 3 is equal to 38. So you get 2a plus 30 is equal to 38. So what is 2a? 38 minus 30. So 2a is equal to 8. So the value of a is 4. Now I know the value of a, I also know the value of d. In this particular sum, I asked you to find out the 41st term of the AP. So what is given to you We know that A is equal to 4, D is equal to 3, N is equal to 41. I asked you for what is the 41st term. What did I ask you to find out? What is the 41st term? So let me find out what is the 41st term. Use the formula. An is equal to A plus of n minus 1 into d. So you get 4 plus 41 minus 1 into d. So 4 plus 40 into 3. 43 is 120. So I get my answer. Find the 41st term. So the 41st term of the given arithmetic progression is 124. We go to the next sum, the fourth sum. This particular sum has been asked many times in ideal examination. Either as a 3-mark question or as a 4-mark question. The sum of the three terms, in an arithmetic progression is 15 and their product is 80. Find the numbers. What's my question? I said three numbers are in arithmetic progression and their sum is 15 and their product is 80. Find the numbers. Now, in this particular sum, I will not take a typical arithmetic progression. I had given you a similar sum. The sum of the three angles in the triangle is 180. There I took the term as A plus D and A plus 2D. The last time I had taken the three terms to be A plus D and A plus 2D. But for this particular sum, I am not going to take A plus D and A plus 2D. Can you tell me what is the previous term over here? If the next term is A plus D, the previous term has to be A minus D. So in this particular sum, I am assuming the three numbers in AP to be A minus D, A and A plus D. Now why am I assuming the numbers as A minus D, A and A plus D? Had I taken A plus D and A plus 2D, had I taken this three terms, and you know that the sum of the three numbers is 15. 1A plus 1A plus 1A, 3A, 1D plus 2D, 3D is equal to 15. Common factor 3 into bracket A plus D is 15. So I would get A plus D is 15 upon 3 and I would get A plus D is equal to 5. Now here, neither do I know the value of A, neither do I know the value of D. A can be 3, D can be 2, A can be 4, D can be 1. I will again further have to substitute D is equal to 5 minus A. I can still do the sum, but it will be more simple had I taken the three numbers to be A minus D, A and A plus D. Solution set. Let the three numbers in arithmetic progression be A minus D, comma A and a plus b. Let me use the first condition. The sum of the first three terms, a minus d plus a plus a plus d. The sum of the first three terms I told you is 15. Here what happens? Plus d and minus d cancels. So you get 3a is equal to 15. Now when I say 3a is equal to 15, at once I know what is it. Am I right? I got the value of a. And a is nothing but a middle term. I found out the middle term already. If I had taken typical arithmetic progression, I had an equation a plus d is 5. With I never knew what was a, I never knew what was d. But if I take a minus d, a and a plus d, I have to get the middle term. A, remember, is not the first term here. Your first term is a minus d, second term is a, third term is a plus d. Now go to the second condition. And their product is 80. The product of these three terms, a minus d into a plus d, you know, is 80. Now you know what is a? 5 minus d into 5 plus d is equal to 80. So 5 minus d into 5 plus d is equal to 80 upon 5. So you cancel 5 ones are 5 6 are. So you get 5 minus d into 5 plus d is 16. You are getting an expression of the form a plus b and a minus b. What is a plus b into a minus b? A square minus b square. So 5 into 5, 25, minus into plus, minus, d into d square is equal to 16. So I get minus d square is 16 minus 25. So minus d square is minus 9. What did I get? Minus d square is minus 9. So what is d square then? Change the sign on both the sides. What is minus d square equal to minus 9? If I change the sign on the left, I also have to change the sign on the right. So you get d square is 9. So d is nothing but plus or minus square root of 9. So you get d as plus or minus of 3. So I know the value of a. I also know the value of d. Now this particular sum has two solution sets. The first one is if I assume a to be 5 and b to be plus 3, then my first number, that is a1, is a minus d, which is 5 minus 3, 2. What will be my second term? The second number will be a. And what would be my third number? The third number would be a plus d, that is 5 plus 2. What is 5 plus 2? 7. So which are the three numbers in arithmetic progression? First number 2, 5 and 7. I made a mistake. D is 3, 5 plus 3, that is 8. First number is a minus d, 5 minus 3, 2. Second term is 5, third term is 5 plus 3, that is 8. Let's check. The three numbers are 2, 5 and 8. What is the sum? 2 plus 5, 7, 7 plus 8, 15. Their product, 5 8s are 40. 40 into 2, 80. The second part, I told you there are two answers here, two solutions here. If I assume a to be 5 and b to be plus 3, minus 3 this time. First time I assume common difference as plus 3. This time I am assuming the common difference minus 3. So what would have been my first number? the first number, that is A1, would have been A minus D. 5 minus of minus 3, which is 5 plus 3. What is 5 plus 3? 8. What would have been my second number? A. What would have been my third number? A plus D. What is A plus D? 5 plus of minus 3. 5 plus of minus 3 is plus into minus minus. So I have got two answers. So finally conclude, therefore, the three numbers in AP are 2, 5 and 8, or it can be 8, 5 and 2. Check. 2 plus 5 plus 8 is 15. 2 into 5 into 8 is 18. 8 plus 5 plus 2, 15. 8 into 5 into 2, 18. This is an arithmetic progression where your first term is 2, common difference is plus 3. This is also an arithmetic progression. Your first term is 8 and your common difference is minus 3. Okay, so this is a very important sum, very often asked in annual examination, either as a 3-mark question or a 4-mark question. Remember, whenever you get 3 numbers are in arithmetic progression, what should I assume those 3 numbers to be? A minus D, A and A plus D. Always remember, whenever 3 terms are in arithmetic progression, assume the 3 numbers to be A minus D, A and A plus D. If you are given that 5 numbers are in AP, assume those 3 numbers A minus D, A plus D. Whenever 3 numbers are given in arithmetic progression, assume them to be A minus D, A and A plus D. Why? When you add, plus D and minus D is eliminated, you get the value of A. If 5 numbers are in arithmetic progression, if you get an arithmetic progression wherein I say 5 terms are in AP, then you assume your numbers to be A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 2D. So whenever I say 5 terms are in AP and if their sum is given, minus D and plus D cancels, minus 2D plus 2D cancel, at once you will get the value of A. Is that clear? If 3 numbers are in AP, A minus D, A plus D. If 5 numbers are in AP, A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 2D. If supposing say 2 numbers are in AP, assume the terms to be A minus D and A plus D. If I say 4 numbers are in AP, assume your numbers to be A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. Take a note of them. Whenever 3 numbers are in AP, A minus D, A plus D. 5 numbers are in AP, add one more term to the left, one more term to the right. If 2 numbers are in AP, A minus D, A plus D. If 4 numbers are in AP, A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. Okay, let me take one last sum for today. And in my next session, we will start with finding the sum of arithmetic progression. In this chapter, we were only dealing with the formula AN is equal to A plus of n minus 1 into D. The next sum, the sum of 5 numbers in arithmetic progression. Now I am doing a sum with 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sum of five numbers in an arithmetic progression is 40. What did I tell you? That the sum of five numbers in the AP is 40 and the product of the second and the fourth term, the product of the second and the fourth term is 27 more than the product of the first and the fifth term. Find the AP. I repeat my question. The sum of five numbers in AP is 40. The product of the second and the fourth. The product of the second and the fourth is 27 more than the product of the first and the fifth term. This is the first term and the fifth term. So what will be my first statement? Yes. So let the five numbers in AP be A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 2D. Look at the first condition. The sum of five numbers is 40. So therefore, A minus 2D plus A minus D plus A plus D plus A plus 2D, is equal to 40. Minus D plus D cancel, minus 2D plus 2D cancel. So I get 1A plus 1A plus 1A plus 1A plus 1A, that is 5A is equal to 40. So therefore A is equal to 40 upon 5. What is 40 upon 5? 5 ones are, 5 eights are. I have got the value of A. Now let's go to the second condition. The second condition says that the product of the second and the fourth term, this is the second and the fourth term. The product of the second and the fourth term is 27 more than the product of the first and the fifth term. This is your first term and this is your fifth term. So this is equal to A minus 2D, A plus 2D plus 27. Look at the second condition. The product of the second and the fourth term, is equal to 27 more than the product of the first and the fifth term. So I get an expression here of the form A plus B, A minus B, A into A square, minus into plus, minus, D into D, D square, is equal to A into A square, minus into plus, minus, 2D into 2D, 4D square, plus 27, plus A square, plus D square, this A square and this A square cancels. So what I get? Minus D square, minus 4D square coming this side, plus 4D square is equal to 27. right? I cancelled a square from the left, 1a square from the right. Minus 4d square coming on the left becomes plus 4d square. So I get 3d square minus d square and plus 4d square is equal to 27. So d square is 27 upon 3. So what is d square? 9. Now when I say d square is 9, once again I get two answers, because the square root of 9 can be plus 3 and it can also be minus 3. So the first condition, if I assume a to be 5, if I assume a to be 8 and b to be plus 3, then what is your first term? Your first term is a minus 2d. A minus 2d. What is that a minus 2d? 8 minus 2 into 3. So it is 8 minus 6, 2. What would be your second term? Your second term is a minus d. That is 8 minus 3, 5. What would be your third term? A. What would be your fourth term? A plus d. What is 8 plus 3? And what would be your last? That is the fifth term. A plus 2d. So 8 plus 2 into 3. 8 plus 6, 14. If A is 8 and D is 3, the 5 numbers will be 2, 5, 8, 11 and 14. Second condition, if A is 8 and D is minus 3, then your first number is A minus D. 8 minus of minus 3, that is 8 plus 3. Your first number would have been A minus 2D. Your first number would have been A minus 2D, that is 8 minus of 2 into minus 3, that is 8 plus 6, 14. Your second term would have been A minus D, that is 8 minus of minus 3. Minus into minus plus 11. Your third term would be A, which is 8. The fourth term, what would have been the fourth term? A plus D. What is A plus D? 8 plus of minus 3. So you get plus into minus, minus. And your last term would have been A plus 2D. 8 plus 2 into minus 3. That is 8 minus 6. That is 2. So if A is 8 and B is plus or minus 3, I will get two answers for the same sum. The 5 numbers in arithmetic progression are 2, 5, 11 and 14. 2, 5, 8, 11 and 14, or it can be 14, 11, 8, 5 and 2. Is that clear? I have given you two sums today wherein I did not take a typical arithmetic progression. The first sum where the three numbers was, the sum was 15, product was 80. There I took A minus D, A and A plus D. Now I took a similar sum with 5 numbers in AP. I had to add one more term this side, one more term this side. Here what did I take? A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 2D. Okay, so with this let me stop my class for today. We meet back in my fourth session in my next class. Thank you.